A dramatic escalation has rocked the Chechen capital of Grozny, where modified drones have unleashed a wave of destruction, targeting none other than Ramzan Kadyrov, the strongman leader of Chechnya and one of Russian President Vladimir Putin's most loyal allies. Explosions, gunfire, and palpable tension gripped the city, marking one of the most audacious attacks on Kadyrov's power base in recent memory. The attack, which began under the cover of darkness, reportedly involved multiple drones equipped with explosives. Witnesses described the initial explosions as deafening, shattering windows and sending residents fleeing in panic. Gunfire erupted shortly afterward, with Chechen security forces engaging what officials described as a coordinated and highly sophisticated assault. Emergency sirens blared as thick plumes of smoke rose above Grozny's skyline, casting an eerie glow over the beleaguered city. Local authorities have confirmed casualties, though exact numbers remain unclear as rescue operations continue amid the chaos. Videos circulating on social media show streets littered with debris, damaged vehicles, and heavily armed personnel securing key government buildings. While no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, speculation is rife about its origins and implications. Ramzan Kadyrov, a controversial and polarizing figure, has been at the center of Chechnya's tightly controlled political landscape for years. A staunch supporter of Vladimir Putin, Kadyrov has wielded significant power in the region, overseeing a brutal crackdown on dissent and positioning himself as a key player in Moscow's broader geopolitical strategy. His leadership, however, has not been without controversy. Human rights organizations have long accused Kadyrov of overseeing widespread abuses, including extrajudicial killings, forced disappearances, and suppression of opposition voices. Kadyrov himself has not yet appeared publicly since the attack, fueling speculation about his condition. Chechen officials have issued a statement asserting that Kadyrov is safe and fully operational, but they have provided no further details. The lack of clarity has only added to the tension in Grozny, where residents remain on edge, bracing for potential retaliation or further unrest. Experts are already drawing parallels between this attack and the broader instability engulfing parts of Russia and its periphery amid the ongoing war in Ukraine. The use of modified drones, a hallmark of modern asymmetric warfare, underscores the growing accessibility of such technology to insurgent groups and non-state actors. Military analyst Pavel Luzin notes that drones have become a game-changer in contemporary conflict, allowing relatively small groups to execute highly targeted attacks with minimal resources. What we're seeing in Grozny is part of a larger trend where technology is leveling the playing field in ways that traditional power structures find increasingly difficult to counter. The timing of the assault raises further questions. It comes as Moscow grapples with mounting challenges on multiple fronts, from setbacks in Ukraine to internal dissent and a fragile economy strained by Western sanctions. Kadyrov, who has been a vocal advocate of Russia's military campaign in Ukraine, recently pledged additional Chechen forces to bolster Moscow's faltering efforts. Some analysts suggest that the attack on Grozny may be linked to Kadyrov's prominent role in that conflict, potentially signaling blowback from forces opposed to Russia's actions in Ukraine. Others, however, point to long-standing grievances within Chechnya itself. Despite Kadyrov's tight grip on power, the region has a complex and tumultuous history, marked by decades of conflict, rebellion, and resistance to Russian control. While Kadyrov has largely succeeded in quelling large-scale insurgencies, pockets of opposition remain, both within Chechnya and among the Chechen diaspora. These groups, while fragmented, may see Kadyrov's alignment with Moscow as a betrayal of Chechen sovereignty, fueling resentment and a desire for retribution. The Kremlin, for its part, has remained uncharacteristically silent in the wake of the attack. Russian state media have downplayed the incident, focusing instead on Kadyrov's supposed safety and the efforts of Chechen security forces to restore order. This muted response stands in stark contrast to Moscow's usual narrative of strength and control, raising questions about how the attack is being perceived within Russia's corridors of power. Meanwhile, regional leaders and international observers are closely monitoring the situation, aware of the potential ripple effects. An escalation of violence in Chechnya could destabilize the broader North Caucasus region, which has long been a hotspot for ethnic tensions and insurgent activity. Neighboring republics such as Dagestan and Ingushetia, which share similar histories of unrest, may also see renewed agitation if the situation in Grozny deteriorates further. The attack has also reignited debates about Russia's domestic security apparatus and its ability to prevent such incidents. Despite heavy investment in surveillance and counter-terrorism measures, the strike on Grozny reveals glaring vulnerabilities, particularly when it comes to unconventional threats like drones. Some critics have called for an overhaul of Russia's security strategy, arguing that the country is too focused on external threats while neglecting internal risks. For now, Grozny remains under lockdown, with security forces conducting extensive sweeps and checkpoints throughout the city. Authorities have urged residents to stay indoors and report any suspicious activity. Schools and businesses remain closed, and the usually bustling streets of the Chechen capital are eerily quiet, save for the sound of military vehicles patrolling the area. As the dust begins to settle, the full impact of this brazen assault is only just beginning to emerge. Whether it marks the start of a broader insurgency or a one-off attack, its implications for Ramzan Kadyrov, Chechnya, and the Kremlin's grip on the region are profound. The use of modern warfare tactics, coupled with the targeting of one of Putin's closest allies, sends a clear message: even the most fortified regimes are not immune to disruption and dissent. The world now waits to see how Moscow and Grozny will respond. Will this attack prompt a crackdown, a shift in strategy, or perhaps a deeper reckoning with the fractures underlying Russia's control over its territories? One thing is certain: the echoes of these explosions in Grozny will reverberate far beyond the borders of Chechnya, shaping the narrative of power, resistance, and resilience in an increasingly volatile region.